Midladder is one of the most painful experience for any player in Kingdom Rush battles, and in this video I'm about to solve that by providing the best decks for Midladder in Kingdom Rush battles. So watch the video till the end because you don't want to miss this one. Before we get into the decks, there are a few things which I want to tell you all, especially for Stormcloud Mountains. Stormcloud Mountains has one of the hardest maps possible in the Kingdom Rush battles so far. So if you're losing too much here, it might not be your skill, it's the arena itself. So here are a few of the decks which I like to use personally. Whether you're free to play or pay to win or have spent some money on it, you will be able to use these decks and implement them in the game. But before we start, here are a few of the tips which I like to give out for Stormcloud Mountains specifically. Now as we talk about Stormcloud Mountains, the majority of the maps have some good spots for Tesla. Tesla is going to be really good friend of yours in this arena. I will say Tesla spam is one of the strategies which can help you pass through this, but Tesla spam doesn't work exactly as it was during Tesla's peak timing, you know. Now Tesla got nerfed, so you have to strategize a little bit here and there, which basically means start off with Tesla spot and then use the other towers according to the waves. So you need to know what comes out of which wave from which lane. So it's gonna take you 1 or 2 waves to understand that, and once you understand that, it's gonna be pretty easy to implement the strategy. Here are the top 3 decks I would suggest you for the Stormcloud Mountains. Now the heroes are not compulsory. If you don't have Magnus Spellbane or any dragon or something like Allura, you can always use Deirdre or Illyria. I prefer Illyria. Only reason behind Illyria is she is very much good with getting rid of flyers, which are so annoying in this arena. Meanwhile, the middle deck is very good for Deirdre because it's a very balanced deck and it usually works out till 1500 trophies, then you will need to switch your deck. Now when we talk about this deck, it's probably one of the best ones in my opinion. What we're going to be utilizing the most is Barbarians, Tesla and Ice Druid, which are going to be main core gameplay towers of yours. Also remember this very well, you can also utilize the Dorwin Artillery instead of Glacial Druid, just because of the reason in this arena magic resistance is one of the biggest nuisance which you're going to face, and this helps in front of that a lot. So you can actually use this and it's actually viable if you have confidence in your stalling ability with the icy ground or something else which you are using with it. So you can utilize it like so, which will be pretty much fine for you. When we talk about the heroes, the 3 best heroes options you have over here is Magnus Spellbane, Allura and Illyria. As for a free to play, if you don't have any of these, Illyria is the best option you've got. Deirdre is very deck specific at the moment in this arena at least. You will need to rely on Illyria the most of the part because she is really good with taking out the flyers, which are the most annoying part of no matter what deck you're using. As for spells, if you don't have Thunderbolt unlocked yet, you can rather use something else like Wind Spell or maybe Teleport if you would like to. I usually don't recommend Teleport, but you can use it, or Stun, anything you prefer. We're gonna use our damage spells to take out the most tanky unit which we are facing difficulty in getting rid of, and then anything else than that is just hero micro and tower building spots. You can look on the screen how a tower building spot should be done. It can give you an idea. Always that isn't the way you're supposed to play, as it's a multiplayer game. The variations will be there according to each opponent, different strategies, different approach, but this is something which you can take inspiration from and try to defeat your opponent through this. When you take a look at this deck is pretty much fine. This is like the pure ultimate free to play type of deck I would consider. If you don't have Thunderbolt, I already said you can use any other spell. It does make a difference, but you will have to deal with it, at least right now. That's what I can tell you. But over here, if you can use this deck in Onslaught, do it. It works pretty much fine. Perspective we're taking in with this deck is a lot similar to the previous one. We're gonna go with the Stun and Tesla to deal AoE damage, which is done very well enough. You need to use the mage tower the least in this arena, so it truly doesn't matter what mage tower you're using, because most of the time you're going to be utilizing these towers. You can even get 3 alter reforms if you want to, but I usually don't recommend do that because there are a few enemies which have physical resistance, and that causes a lot of trouble sometimes. So having any kind of mage tower as a backup plan is something what you need to have. You can use Holy Sanctuary or the normal mage, anything you like. Now when you talk about Bandit Slayer, the Bandit Slayer meta completely shifts. I'm gonna be talking about that arena in the next video, which I'll be posting as soon as possible. Please stay tuned. But by then, you just need to know this, that the 2 bosses in this arena, Olvakai and JT, are really annoying. Against the JT, what you can do is save one of your towers. You just need to time it well enough, or you can just open up a tower space which you don't want to be freezed, and just as it gets freezed, you can just sell it. That is a bug, I don't know, but it works out pretty much well enough. You can try it against JT to get a little bit of damage advantage. Yet boss rather outlast your opponent. Unless he has a dragon, you're already cooked. But if he doesn't, you can outlast him, and that should be your main goal. So play according to that and you'll be fine. Final tip which I can give is play Onslaught if you really need any progression, because that's the best way to get through. But if you are playing Onslaught and using scrolls, always make sure you are able to complete the entire pity bar, or else those scrolls are going to be wasted, and that's not going to be great if you're a free-to-play player. Hope you found this one helpful. If you did, consider subscribing. It personally helps me out a ton, and until there, I'll meet you next time. Until there, keep on rushing.